Who the hell are you? I slide my queen one space closer to his king. You know who I am. He swipes his right arm, the one that still fully cooperates, across the board. A single swift movement. Pieces fly, bounce off the carpet, rattle into corners fuzzed with dust from a past decade. I don't flinch. Something I'm practiced at. Neither does the only other occupant of the room. A deaf woman knitting an infinite patch of blue, or green or gold or pink. It could be any color. She doesn't have needles. Her hands work the air methodically while her invisible work piles up like an accordion. A wedding veil sits crookedly on the silvery thread struggling out of her scalp. The second hand on a plastic clock above her head jerks. I've wanted to rip that clock off the wall on every visit. Time for the people in this house is meaningless. No need to travel beyond the triple-locked front door, or wonder who or what made the 3 long white scratches that run down its wood veneer. No good reason to think about the people who never visit you, or the horrible things you've done. So what if you can't remember that you never liked dark bananas, or the canned laughter of I Love Lucy? But now you eat one while watching the other. I wonder what Carl is thinking. Maybe about how he'd like to kill me. I'm 24, in the age range. White, slender. People say I look like my sister. The difference is, she was lit from the inside. Dramatic, gutsy, a performer. People drifted to her, loved her. Carl drifted to her, and snatched her life. Maybe he thinks I am my sister come back to haunt him. I am the understudy, Carl, a shell of her, loaded with dynamite, set on revenge. The nervous one in the wings about to jump on stage. You and I, we will be co-stars. I am also a perfect stranger every time I come here. Or he's lying. Each time he claims to forget my name. He won't answer when I ask why in June he is wearing a Christmas tie leering with Grinch faces. Or tell me where he bought his leaden ancient boots. Or the prettiest place he remembers they last took him. Boots always remind me of vistas. Of standing firm and steady on a dangerous precipice, while beauty unfolds for miles before your eyes. He's unimpressed by any of my random musings on boots, or the Walt Whitman and John Grisham I read him by the only sunny window in this house, or the series of jokes about talking cows that I tell while we take walks around the neighborhood. Things any loved one would do. This afternoon at IHOP, I watch him drown his pancakes in strawberry syrup and knife them into a precise patchwork of bites. I wanted to ask, does the syrup remind you of blood? He's trying to make me think his eyes are glimpses into a dark solar system where he retreats, alone. But I won't be fooled. I wonder what he sees in mine. Anything familiar? He's a hell of an actor, according to old court testimony. Right now, with a harmless bit of violence, he's reminding me that he's still strong, relevant. I already know. I've studied him carefully, weighed the risks, searched his room while he was in the shower, and found his secret stash hidden in a battered suitcase under the bed. The red rubber exercise band that keeps up that naughty little bulge on his right forearm, and the 10-pound free weights. The sharpened pocket knife, and the silver lighter with the engraved N tucked into the zipper pocket along the back with a single cigarette. The 8x10 photograph, pressed carefully flat under the lining. It could be 1920 or 2 years ago. Carl the photographer, whose time travel book of surreal images once hit the bestseller list, specializes in timeless. The corners of the paper are soft, and there's a white crease in the middle that cuts the girl in two. She's standing on a barren, rusty landscape that's probably never sucked up a drop of rain. A tiny silver key charm nestles in her throat, the same key that I know hangs out of sight somewhere in the graying curl of his chest hair. I saw it once, when it slipped out of his shirt and dangled over the chessboard. Is she one of his victims, too? Old serial killers who roam free have to land somewhere, of course. I've thought about this a lot. They must get tired. Decide to pamper roses or grandchildren. Break hips and suffer heart attacks. Go impotent. Run out of money. Don't see the car coming. Put guns to their heads. The killers who publicly beat the system, and the unseen monsters who are never caught and slip around like silent, pulsing background music. Screeching oboes and pounding drums. Only a few ever hear their soundtrack, right at the very end, and then it's too late.